Hey there, this is my halfway point update. So I am now on tray 10 of 20 and I'm going to go over a few things in this video actually. I want to talk a little bit about some of the annoying or awkward parts of wearing clear aligners, also some loopholes to make life a little bit easier, because sometimes these trays do make things a little bit hard. And then of course I want to talk about where I'm at in the process right now. So for example, how my overbite has turned out and some observations I've made along the way. And then finally, I want to talk about what the next steps are in the process. So let's get down to it. First of all, I wanted to kind of talk about some of the things you probably don't even think about when you're first considering going through with clear aligners. Some of the annoying and awkward situations that you can run into. One of them is taking your trays out in public. It's a little embarrassing, although I've gotten pretty skilled at popping them out of my mouth and into the tray really quick before people would notice, but it's still a little bit embarrassing. Also, another annoying thing, an awkward thing, is brushing your teeth in some weird places. Like, for example, some like public restrooms aren't always the cleanest, and it creeps me out to kind of brush my teeth there. Also, I think probably the weirdest place I've tried to brush my teeth is in the car. Yeah, let me just say, unless you have a cup to spit your stuff out in, it's not easy, and rinsing your mouth out, yeah, unless you have all the stuff to do that, I would not recommend doing it in the car. Another thing I don't like is not being able to snack whenever I want or have coffee whenever I want, because I love coffee, I love tea, and I love snacking. So it kind of makes me sad that I have to plan that stuff around the times taking my trays out. And honestly, I have to make a little bit of admission. Some of these things, like not being able to snack when I want and having to brush my teeth all the time, has kind of caused me to not wear my aligners as often as I should. I've never actually taken a timer and timed myself, like how much I'm wearing them a day. I know I'm supposed to wear them 20 to 22 hours a day, but I kind of wonder if I ever like make it to that much, because I find myself taking them out to eat and then I just kind of I don't get back to brushing my teeth and putting them back in as quickly as I should. So it hasn't seemed to have affected my treatment at all. My teeth still seem like they're moving like they're supposed to. So hopefully that doesn't catch up with me later. But I had to tell you that I'm not perfect and I don't always do things exactly how I'm supposed to. Also, I thought maybe you'd like to know about maybe some loopholes as far as like what you can drink with these in. I know technically anything you drink when you're wearing these, it has to be clear so it doesn't stain your aligners. It has to be sugar free so like the sugar doesn't get trapped in your trays and eat away at your teeth. And also it can't be hot, because hot fluids can warp your aligners. So it has to be clear, has to be cold, and has to be sugar free. And at first thought you might think, oh well, I can only have water, but that's not exactly true. Some things that I found that meet those criteria are Zevia cream soda. It's like a soda that's made with stevia instead of sugar. And they also don't put any food coloring in it, and it's cold, so I figure it meets a criteria pretty well. You can also have sparkling water, club soda, diet tonic water, diet Sprite, Those are just some things you can have. Hopefully, you know, you're not one of those people that hate diet sodas, because if that's the case, then maybe you are screwed and you're just stuck with water. But if you ever want something more than water, those things are kind of nice. Where I'm at now in the process, you're probably anxious to see what my teeth look like now at this halfway point. And I definitely noticed some changes. I know last time in my last video I talked about how by this video we would know if my overbite was gonna look bad or not. So I can tell you right now that my overbite doesn't bother me at all. They're finished moving my teeth forward and I don't think it looks stupid. So I'll just show you really quick here. I'll take out my tray so that doesn't affect how they look. So you can see that my overbite really isn't that bad. It's not bad at all. The online 3D model made it look like it was gonna be a lot worse than it is, and I'm pretty pleased about that at this point. So there's that. And also I wanted to tell you about some observations I've made between the 5th tray and now. One thing I thought was kind of weird, they've started moving my canines. I don't notice a whole lot of difference in them right now, but something weird I noticed. You would assume that if your canines are the only teeth that are being moved, that those would be the only teeth that are sensitive after that, and they're not actually. I noticed the last few trays I've put in, the surrounding teeth, the teeth around on either side of my canines, are actually the ones that hurt. And the canines actually don't hurt at all, and I'm not sure why that is. I don't know if it's kind of like a transference of pain, or if they're using those teeth for leverage. I don't know. I just hope that they're moving the way they're supposed to, because that's kind of what I was nervous about at the beginning, was if clear aligners could actually twist teeth back into place. And I'm gonna give it a few more trays and I'll know, but I mean, my teeth are fitting in these trays really, really well. They're seating in them pretty well. That one that I mentioned last time wasn't seating all the way. It hasn't gotten any worse, so I'm not worried about that. But if they're seating all the way, it must mean that they're moving. So that's good. Okay, so another thing that I've noticed for the last, well, I don't know, it's been for a while now. When I take my tray out, I've noticed that my bite doesn't come together quite right. And when I say bite, I'm not talking about the front of my teeth like my overbite. I'm talking about my molars. I've noticed that when I clamp down, it would be this side. Does not, the molars weren't touching, and this side they were, and it was kind of like a weird, annoying feeling, although it wasn't affecting how I chewed food, so I didn't really worry about it. But I've noticed just on this tray that I'm on right now, my 10th tray, I noticed that this side is starting to actually feel like it's touching now finally, and I don't really understand why that is, because if my canines are the only things that are moving right now, I don't know how that would affect my back molars. But in any case, that's a good thing. I don't want my bite to be weird, if at all possible. So maybe there's just some micro movements going on back there, and maybe at the very end things are gonna come together just fine. So something else is customer service. What my thoughts are on customer service at this point. I still feel like it's not the best. Customer service is still pretty vague and elusive. What I mean by that is it's not hard to get a hold of them, at least through chat. If you go onto their website and you click the chat button, you're gonna get somebody right away, and that's not the problem. The problem is if you have a specific question about your case, they'll kind of beat around the bush and they won't really give you a straight answer. I mean, they'll tell you something that's really vague, and I mean, it doesn't really answer your question, and they're really good at answering your question without answering your question. And in the end, I usually just give up because I don't know what else to do. But I haven't had any major issues. Things still seem to be moving along like they're supposed to, so I mean, I guess that's good, but if I did have a big problem, I'm not sure how quickly I would get help for my problem at this point. I still don't know. So I guess this is the point in the video when I will show you some pictures of my progress. So this is my bite view, and you can kind of see how my front teeth have moved forward, and this is the farthest it will move forward. So there's my bite view. This is the front view of my teeth, and you can see in this one that my canines are finally starting to move back into place. In this picture, I was showing you the sides of my teeth. I did not have a very good before picture to compare them to, so instead I just used a picture from the 3D model to show what my teeth should look like right now. And that's to show you why I was worried about my overbite looking bad, but as you can see, it really does look fine. So there is a comparison photo of the side. And finally, this is just a before and after photo of just my full face natural smile, and you can see that things are starting to come together. Okay, so what's next in treatment for me? The next milestone in my treatment will be the 14th tray. That will be the last tray that my left canine will move. So this side will be done. Like if I were to do this, my teeth would look like how they're supposed to. And something else, I'm still waiting on my last set of aligners. So I'm on my 10th aligner. It's the last one that they had sent me initially. I'm still waiting on them to send me aligner 11 through 20. And I hope that comes soon because in a little bit over 2 weeks is when I'm going to be switching to tray 11. So I hope that they send me those in time, but we'll see. We know how customer service can be. Also, I wanted to remind you about the discount code that I have in case you're wanting to try this out. It's for 50% off an evaluation kit, and the code is Miss Alyssa Smile. I will put it right here on the screen, maybe like right here, somewhere down below. So make sure to use that and you'll get 50% off evaluation kit. And my next update will be in roughly 15 weeks, give or take, and that will be around the first part of January. So stay tuned, subscribe, and like this video, and I will see you next time.